Hi, welcome to the Keto Couple. I'm Irv.
And I'm Heather.
We are married. We've been married for 15 years. We're going on a strong 16 this year. This is my dog, Lucky. I don't know if you see him. He's had a little boo-boo yesterday with his paw, so we had to take him to the emergency vet last night. So this is our first episode. We're actually 10 weeks into keto now, and we decided, the way everything was going, we really kind of both developed a passion for keto and an excitement about it, and a higher level of energy. So we said, hey, why not build a channel? So that's what we're doing. We're gonna basically this first episode kind of go into why we tried out the keto diet. I guess what the first couple weeks were like. What kind of what to expect, and then I guess what happened the first 10 weeks, what the results were, or anything we learned. First of all, I know, if you're on this, if you clicked on this and you're actually watching this, you probably know what keto is. If you don't, and you're just, maybe trying to find out a little bit more, you heard about it, you're trying to get started on it, or, you're finding out if it might be worth it. Ultimately, you're going to see a million videos about what the keto diet is, what being in ketosis is, but ultimately, just to put kind of briefly, it's when you put your body in a state of utilizing fats for energy instead of carbs for energy. So once you deprive yourself of carbs for maybe up to a week, a few days, up to a week, your body gets into a state what's called ketosis, where it starts releasing ketones into the body and starts utilizing fat for fuels as opposed to carbs. And this unleashes a lot of physical benefits, a lot of neurological benefits. You basically you turn your body into kind of a fat burning, right? It's kind of cliche, but like a fat burning machine. And it's been really a proven weight loss system, proven weight loss lifestyle, but also really has helped people with epilepsy, autism. It's helped with people with like Alzheimer's and things like that, where the sharpening of the brain starts to deplete. So, but that's in a nutshell kind of what it's about, and we'll kind of go over more the nuances and whatnot of what a keto diet is and what ketosis is and whatnot. But I want to kind of start off and kind of go off into what made us start the keto diet individually. Heather actually got me into it, so I'm gonna let her kind of lead the way.
So I decided to start this diet because I was interested in finding a program where I could lose some weight. Definitely wanted to be healthier, and wanted to make sure that I lived a long time to be here with my family and my 3 children. So what inspired me is I had a couple of friends that were doing this diet. They were having success, and I watched the Magic Pill here with Irv, and we were totally inspired by all the different benefits that the Keto Lifestyle brings. And also, being a busy mother of 3, I wanted to find a plan that really worked for me, where I wouldn't just lose those couple of pounds that I've lost with other diets and then gain them the following week. I wanted something that I could build upon. So also have some health issues in my family, a lot of heart issues. My grandfather passed away from a heart attack, and my brother and sister have some heart issues. So definitely wanted to make sure that I stayed healthy and active, and took myself down a better lifestyle.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep Heather around for me, and we got 3 kids, so she's important to kind of keep her around here. So want to get her healthy and and keep her here for a long time, and not only that, keep her here for a long time, but have her really really enjoy a better quality of life while she's here. Because you guys know you always feel better when you're fitter, you look better, and you feel good about yourself. So these are all things that I think both of us, kind of creeping up in our mid-40s, it helps, So one of the reasons why I'm doing it was, like Heather said, we were sitting here watching Netflix. I just got done watching an episode of Better Call Saul, and she's like, Irv, turn on the Magic Pill. I'm like, all right, what's a Magic Pill? I don't want to watch this. I want to watch another episode of Better Call Saul. Maybe turn on the Ozark, or but watch something a little bit more entertaining to veg, because really at that time I was just kind of vegging and I had zero energy. I got home from work and I just want to kind of plunge onto the couch and just binge. So she made me watch a Magic Pill, and I'm one of the things she provided for me, and my just being a great wife and my 3 beautiful kids is having me watch Magic Pill, because it's been life changing. The movie inspired me beyond, like, it wasn't even about, and if any of you have seen the Magic Pill, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, watch it. It's not necessarily about getting ripped or, you know, losing 200 pounds. It's really more about, you know, I guess the base of what a keto diet is, and kind of historically what it is, and really kind of showing not only the physical benefits, just, you know, like we were talking about, all the neurological benefits that it entails, and you know, the problems that have been surfaced by the Western diet, you know, due to, you know, studies that are kind of flawed, you know, and I think it's really had a bad impact on, you know, our country over the last, I want to say 3 or 4 decades, just, you know, really with a horrible obesity epidemic, and, you know, just terrible diets that have, you know, that are getting transferred generationally. And I don't want my kids to go through, you know, what a lot of people are going through right now with obesity and eventually being type 2 diabetic. So it was a big deal for me to, hey, you know what, I want to try this out. I have problems with high blood pressure. I've had them for the last 20 years. I'm on, you know, I was on metoprolol and triamterene, a couple blood pressure meds, a water pill and a blood pressure medicine. And I've been on them for 20 years, so, because I have high blood pressure that runs in my family. And, you know, it kind of, it's not a coincidence too that my family eats a lot of carbs. You know, I'm Asian, so my family eats a lot of rice, a lot of carbs, and I've been fed carbs pretty much every meal, you know, for my life. So, you know, now that I was able to watch Magic Pill, it gave me good insight into, you know, a ketogenic diet, and I want to try it out. And at the very least, we kind of talk to each other, and it's like, all right, let's give it a month. You know, if you can give anything a month worth of an effort, you can kind of have a little bit of the due diligence to understand whether or not it's worth it or not. You know, and I figure a month that's a good amount of time to figure it out. I've tried worse things for a month. I've tried windsurfing for a month, and that was like the worst thing I've ever tried in my life. So, yeah, I gave it a shot. So, wanted to kind of deal with the blood pressure, wanted to kind of deal with, I have psoriasis. You know, that's an autoimmune disorder. I heard that the Magic Pill could really help out with your immune system. So I thought, all right, well, you know, my blood pressure, my autoimmune system, I got hit by a truck a few years back, so I have a lot of inflammation in my lower back. So especially in the wintertime, I get a lot of back issues where, you know, being on my feet for longer than 10-15 minutes could be a problem. You know, I started getting a lot of like nerve pains, and just where, you know, my leg will buckle. So really kind of wanted to address all those things. And cosmetically too, we're, you know, approaching our, you know, low to mid 40s. I'm a little older than her, but you can't tell. But you know, cosmetically, I'm in a midlife crisis right now. I'm not going to go be irresponsible and buy a Camaro or a Mustang or a Vet, you know, to kind of fulfill my midlife crisis dream. So what I do want to do as my goal, by the summer, we're in January right now, by the summer, the spring, be in the best shape of my life, the best shape I've been in since I was in my early 20s, you know. So and I want a six-pack. So those are really the main things that have kind of driven me to, you know, really try the ketogenic diet out. So, you know, ultimately, you know, now what I want to do is kind of go into what, you know, what the first weeks were like, you know, because the first weeks are crazy. You know, you've never done this, you know, you don't have, I mean, Heather had a friend that was kind of a, you know, who'd been through it, and, you know, was kind of a, you know, a good, you know, director or a guide for her. But for me, it was Heather, you know, and friendly YouTube, you know. So man, God bless YouTube, because I learned so much about not only the keto diet, about working out, intermittent fasting, a lot of things that have just kind of helped me through the 10 weeks and really made my experience a lot better. That, you know, that I've shared with Heather, and it's, you know, along with her information from her friend, and with me kind of, you know, barraging her with new information that I've discovered today. It's been a great experience. But let's kind of go into what you felt, you know, the first 2 weeks, and then, you know, what you experienced the first 2 weeks.
So for me, the first 2 weeks, I definitely had the keto flu that you'll read all about if you're researching this diet. So mostly feel very tired, very low energy. So, you know, at 8 o'clock, I was like ready for bed. I was just exhausted. And I'm definitely someone who always stays up late, so that was like quite a change for me. I would Google everything, like, is this keto friendly? Is that keto friendly? Can I have this? Can I not have that? And so that was very helpful. Like Irv said, you know, Google was my best friend, checking out everything online to make sure I could have it. Being prepared is definitely key. So shopping ahead of time and, being prepared with what you're going to have for your meals, for your snacks throughout the day, every day is key, because otherwise you're going to feel more likely to, possibly cheat or have something you shouldn't if you don't have the proper keto items at home. I drank lots and lots of water. I still drink tons of water. I'm not a big fan of really, anything else. So I just stick with basic water, drink tons of water. I feel so much better with doing so. And then, I also learned how to eat on the go, which I think is important with this diet, because, you can't always be at home. You're going to work, you're running to your kids' activities and that sort of thing. So you'll be able to kind of figure out, as you go on this diet, where you can stop, which restaurants you can stop off at and get something that's, keto friendly. So definitely doable on the go, as well as, when you're at home.
So the first couple of weeks for me, I was amped up, I was ready to go. So I was kind of in the right state of mind to do it. And I think we started like right around Thanksgiving. So that was kind of a challenge, because Thanksgiving, you're barraged. You're inundated with carbs, mashed potatoes, yams, stuffing, and a lot of bread, right? So that was tough. And then you got desserts, you got your pumpkin pie, you got, whatever desserts are there, cookies, brownies.
Ooh, lots of temptations.
She's big into sweets. I just ate them, but so that was but I went in there with the right frame of mind, and we made it through Thanksgiving. But the first couple days I was really kind of going through the keto flu, and my workouts, part of my workouts, and what I mostly did at that time was just a lot of 4 days of like intense weight training. So they were tough, because I didn't have any carbs in me. My body was confused. It was really adapting to using fat as a fuel, and as a lot of anyways, fat's not the fuel you want for anything kind of anaerobic or intense weightlifting wise. So I was exhausted, and I was just kind of in there just fighting through it, saying, all right, we'll get through this. But my first few workouts with the weights were tough, confusing as far as like I didn't know what to eat, how much to eat. I hated greens. Heather knows she'd all for decades, that we've been together. We've been married on 16, but we've been together for over 20. But, she's always trying to get me to eat greens, and I hated them, So that was tough to really kind of acquire a taste that I'm going to need to, really kind of understanding what fruits to eat, what not to eat, understanding the macros, understanding the true breakdown. And this was a lot of the research that we did, because the magic pill didn't tell you 70 to 75, 20, and then it didn't break it down like that. It really just kind of broke down what it was. So really kind of following people on YouTube, and name drop a lot of people that I watch for, like Keto Connect. I watch a lot of Thomas DeLauer, Dr. Berg. Man, just such a wealth of information. So they made things a lot more sustainable for me, and really kind of got better every week, just because I would just, even if I wasn't really paying attention, I'd passively just have YouTube on, listening to what was going on. And I still do it today. We were eating breakfast, and I had YouTube on in the background, just really kind of learning about LDL cholesterol and keto's effect on that, and things like that. So the confusion of really kind of not knowing what to do and where to go, that was a big challenge. Obviously shopping, Heather went and did that. What's funny now is I hate going to the store, and I always send Heather, that sort of thing. I'd rather do things around here and cut the grass, shovel the snow. I'll even do laundry as opposed to going to the store. Now I go to the store. Like, I love going to the store and just kind of finding what I want to eat. Picking my greens out, kind of getting creative with what I eat, because you really have to love what you're eating in order to make this sustainable. You cannot be miserable, and because you're not going to be able to hang on for more than a few weeks, maybe a month, by being miserable with what you're eating. You really have to kind of grow into loving what you're eating, and grow into loving your diet, and really grow into loving being in ketosis and being part of this kind of keto movement here. I know it's weird to call it a movement. It's been around for 100 years, but you really gotta love it, because otherwise you're not gonna. It's not gonna be your lifestyle. And I think what we've done is kind of like a lot of people, like you guys have probably done too, is you just made it your lifestyle, and that's when you're gonna reap the true benefits of it. So so getting used to things like berries and whatnot, that was good. And I don't like berries. I don't like blueberries. So getting used to really just not eating any fruits or sweets or dessert or ice cream or anything like that. That was you know, definitely something that was very, very, very tough for me in the first few weeks. And like I said, getting used to you know, the workouts and getting over the keto flu. But then, you know, it's awesome, like after the first few days and like kind of cutting into that first week, even by the time Thanksgiving was there, because I think Thanksgiving was around day 4 or 5. I felt great, you know. I mean, I started seeing things sharper. I was playing the show on the PlayStation, and I was starting to see things sharper. I was just sharper up here. I was getting more energetic. I was just definitely pumped about it, you know. And it was 4 days into it, and you know, I'm like, all right, we'll see how long this lasts. But I'm 10 weeks into it, and you know, I'm still, I get more and more energy every day, get more and more enthusiastic about it every day, trying to find new information that's going to help me, trying to really, you know, implementing it into my workouts and whatnot. And yeah, no, so that's what the first couple of weeks were like for me.
Yeah, and I mean, I think another thing is, you know, greens are your best friend. You definitely need to eat lots of greens, and there's tons of interesting recipes out there. So make sure you do change up your meals and keep it interesting so you can stay motivated and, you know, still stay on the plan. But I had a very large sugar addiction. Before I started, I would drink Starbucks hot chocolate almost every day. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to give those up, and I'm never going to be able to just give up sugar. And when you're on this diet, it's amazing because you definitely don't, your body does not depend on the sugar. You don't crave it. You know, we have some dark chocolate that we have once in a while, but aside from that, I mean, having any sugar and I feel great, and I'm totally full of energy and don't depend on, you know, coffee in the morning to get me going or any of those types of things that people, you know, need for a pick-me-up. I'm just full of energy as soon as I wake up and ready to go, which is great.
All right, so the results. Sorry, Lucky's looking for a little love right now. Yeah, rough night. He was up till midnight last night getting his, he broke his nail, so he had to get his, like the nerve, the whole nail broke all the way down and it was exposed, so they had to cut the nail and basically put him in a band, cut the nail and the nerve that was under it. And then now he's on antibiotics and like anti-inflammatories or something like that, but he's doing better. I know you're worried. So for me, the results of the first 10 weeks, man, I mean, mind blowing. I mean, they call me at work, they call me the keto king because I don't shut up about it, and I'm always giving people advice because I've gotten a couple people on at work onto keto right now. A friend of mine's just getting into his second week. You know, he's already fit. He's 28, but he's, you know, kind of at that stage where he's creeping up on 30, and you know, he really wants to kind of live a long time. And you know, there's things about his body, like just mainly the midsection starts getting out of hand for some people. So he's trying to get that under control. But for me, I told you I was on blood pressure medicine for 20 years. I'm off of them, you know, and I've been off of them for about 5 weeks now. About my 5th week, my blood pressure really, I mean, it really kind of tapered down anyways. But the first week it went a little high because I think my body was out of whack. But then the second, third week it really started kind of tapering down. Whereas before, even with my blood pressure medicine, I'd typically be about like 130 to 140 over like 80 to 90, and that's with the medicine. Now I'm typically I'm anywhere between like 115 to like over 70 to 80. You know, so I'm in the normal range constantly. You know, it blew my mind. 20 years, all it took me was to kind of, you know, eat less than 30 carbs a day, 25 or less carbs a day, and you know, and I was gonna get off the blood pressure medicine. There's a lot of blood pressure there's a lot of bad pub right now for blood pressure medicine causing cancer, so I'm glad I'm getting off of it, you know, sooner than later. So first week I lost 8 pounds, and I know it was water weight. Your body's depleting itself with the glycogen and the water that kind of supports the glycogen. So I was down at about 8 pounds over the last 10 weeks. I'm going to show you a picture of what I looked like before I started. I worked out, and I was still, I could lift some weight, and I had some strong upper body stuff, but I had a big belly. I had a family man belly, and so I'm trying to get the 6-pack. So 10 weeks. I'll show you. I'm getting there. I'm hoping by the summer that I have an actual 6-pack. I feel leaner. I'm lighter. I'm about down 17 pounds from where I was at. And a lot of that, I'm stronger than I was at 165, so like right now I'm teetering between 148 and 150, and I'm stronger than I was. I'm doing a lot. I've implemented a lot into my workout just because not only am I motivated because I'm looking leaner and the look's different than it was, and I'm really kind of liking this, you know, cutting up look and I'm on my way hopefully to getting shredded. So I'm adding things, like I've added core. I do core 3 days a week, you know, abs and core. I've added, you know, stair climb. I do, you know, 30 flights, you know, twice a week. I box twice a week. Trying to think, I do quick twitch to kind of handle my lactic acid. You know, I do a lot of light band work, just tons of reps, just explosive reps. And as we kind of go on, I'll take you through my workouts. I know a lot of you have got your things too, and you know, maybe there's something that I do that you like. Maybe there's something that you do that I like. But I'll show you kind of what I go through. And you know, again, I got 3 kids, so my time's pretty precious. And you know, I mean, I'll go to you know, I'll hit the weights 4 times a week for about an hour each time, and then you know, everything else I'm just kind of piecing together. Like my band workouts for the quick twitch is probably about 10 minutes. My boxing is about 30 minutes. It takes me about, you know, 15 to 20 minutes to climb 30 flights of stairs. So I'm really piecing it together and making the most out of my time, which you kind of have to do, right, when you know, you're as busy as we are. So again, that's one of the main things too, is that I'm extremely motivated right now. So motivated that I talked my wife into kind of starting a YouTube channel with me. We might only have 1 viewer, we might have none, but I think it's going to be just cool to kind of, I think as part of the process, to hold us kind of accountable to what we're doing, and make sure that we're kind of staying the course, but also sharing our experience with people who are our age, you know. I mean, because a lot of people are, you know, in the keto diet, and you see on their YouTube videos that they're whatever in their mid-20s and they're just walking around shredded, and it's great. I mean, that's awesome that they're doing that, but I want to speak to the people that, you know, have 3 kids, that are finding it a challenge to really kind of think of yourself and improve yourself. You know, when you are trying to, you know, give your kids opportunities. Our kids are, you know, I have a USA gymnast. I have you know, a travel baseball player that's year round. You know, during the summers you're playing 70 games a year. I mean, we're, you know, at the baseball facility. You know, I'm with him personally 3 days a week for 2 hours a day, and then he's got his own practices with his team, and they're coaching. So, you know, we're busy. And then my oldest, he's in theater. You know, he does volleyball. He does a lot of activities as well. We're busy people, so you know, I want to kind of reach out and be able to communicate to the types of people that are busy as well, and our age, that have the same struggles that we have. Because you know, and I know when if you've been there, once you get past that mid-30 range, it ain't easy to look good. You know, I mean, it takes a lot of work. So I will tell you this: keto makes it a lot more manageable to get back to where you were in your 20s. And you see it all the time. You got people in their 40s, 50s, 60s that are in the best shapes of their lives, and you can do it too. I'm not trying to be a cheeseball here, but you really can. Heather, I mean, you know, why don't you go through your results?
Yeah, keto definitely has changed my life in so many positive ways. Definitely, as Herb mentioned, I feel a lot more sharp. I recently started a new job. I recently started a new job, and it's complicated, and I'm able to, you know, pick up on new and complicated processes and procedures. I've lost 20 pounds, so I'm super excited about that. That's awesome. My first week I lost 6, and then, you know, over the rest of the time I've lost 20. I've definitely had periods where I've kind of been stagnant for a little while, where I'm not, you know, seeing the scale move. And during those times, what I learned is that if I fasted, that started to help me. So fasting has been key. You definitely don't want to fast every day, but you know, a couple of times a week I'll fast, and you know, if I'm kind of stuck, a lot of times that'll help the scale start moving again, which is great. And then for me, I wasn't working out when I started this diet, so for me it was first about, you know, getting the keto eating program, you know, under my belt. Then I took on fasting, and now I'm taking on a workout program. So, you know, if you can do it all at once, great, and if not, then, you know, maybe try, you know, my strategy, which was, you know, adding one piece at a time. But yeah, I'm utterly grateful for the diet. It's great to be on the diet, you know, with my husband. Helps keep me motivated and inspired, and, you know, we can bounce ideas off of each other and hold each other accountable, and also, you know, make meals together, which is really helpful.
Yeah, and I kind of to touch on 2 things: intermittent fasting. Oh man, I mean, I'm doing them both kind of in tandem. It's incredible, the results. I mean, because, you know, obviously intermittent fasting, and we'll kind of go into that in another video a little bit more in detail, but you know, it does a lot of things. Like if your weight training increases, you know, human growth hormones, which helps with building muscle, but it also burns a lot more energy, you know. So even when you're not working, it's burning energy. So just a phenomenal way to kind of you know, work in tandem with keto. A lot of people do one or the other. They just do keto or they do intermittent fasting to kind of like you know, kind of, they both kind of deal with ketones and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, to work them in tandem has just been phenomenal. I'm at the point where I'm trying to go, I'm typically going 16 to 17 hours a day, just by, you know, with Heather, it's more, you know, a few days a week where she does it. I want her to be healthy. You know, there's obviously a different chemistry with women, so if it's really a struggle for her to intermittent fast, you know, we don't want her doing it. But the days that she feels good about intermittent fasting, she'll do it. So that's kind of been you know, a critical piece. And then if you can have someone do it with you, man, that's gold. You know, really just having two people kind of support each other is phenomenal. Our kids eat, you know, our kids aren't in keto. Like they're living a childhood, you know, and you know, for them to expect them to like stay away from bread and pasta and frosted flakes. I mean, I honestly, I don't think that would be fair. I mean, when they get to a certain point in life, all right, you know, hopefully they can kind of make responsible choices, and hopefully they're kind of learning from us, you know. But having someone to kind of lean on and really kind of bounce ideas off each other, and when you're, you know, feeling weak, that person's there to kind of prop you back up. That's gold. So if you can find someone who can do it with you, do it. If you can't, no worries, you can still do it, man. I mean, that's what channels like this is for, to kind of take you along with us. I mean, I'm not a doctor, Heather's not a doctor, we're not experts on nutrition or anything. We're just kind of taking you through this experience with us, and you know, we're learning as we go, and we're sharing what we learn as we go. So hopefully this can help you. You know, hopefully you know, this will be maybe a support that can help you kind of keep it up and keep going. And you know, follow us along and click on that subscribe button, you know, the notification button as well, and please give us a like, and we'll kind of you know, hopefully we can keep hanging out. We're gonna go over, you know, things maybe like workout videos. Next video, what we want to do is kind of a macro, like a daily macro, and I know you've seen them, but what I haven't seen, and what I want to do is just a daily macro, and getting my obviously my protein, my fat, and my carbs, but you know, all my, you know, 70, 75, whatever, 20 and 5. I want to get that done with the calories that I'm eating, but I also want to show you that, you know, potassium and magnesium, I want to get that in there as well to show you how I'm hitting, you know, my daily potassium as well, which is a struggle in this diet, you know. So we'll go over that, and like I said, workouts, anything else that's kind of you know, fun that we want to share with you, whether it's, you know, things that we're doing with our family or whatnot, we're gonna share with you guys. So what do you got any last words that you want to share with these guys?
Let us know what we can do to help you. We're here to help in any way we can. We're here to learn from you, and hopefully you'll learn something from us. So definitely subscribe and like, and we'll hopefully see you again soon.
All right, we're the Keto Couple, so hope to see you guys soon, and hopefully we got something coming up pretty quickly as far as our next video. Have a great week.
Thank you.